Welcome! In this video, we will solve a multiple choice question about learning and development, also called L&D. We will go slowly, explain each choice, and build an intuitive picture of the correct answer. Here is the question. Before setting the objectives of learning and development, managers should do what? We have 4 choices. Let's read them carefully and interpret each one with plain language. Choice A says, identify learning goals that will reduce skill gaps. Choice B says, determine the needs or skill gaps that need to be improved. Choice C says, develop L&D materials to be used in achieving learning goals. Choice D says, evaluate the implemented programs. We will analyze each option in order. To make sense of this, let's build a simple L&D process flow. In most organizations, there is a logical sequence. First, you analyze needs and skill gaps. Second, you set learning objectives. Third, you design or develop training materials. Fourth, you deliver the training. Fifth, you evaluate results. This sequence helps us decide which answer comes first. Let's analyze choice A. It says, identify learning goals that will reduce skill gaps. This sounds like setting objectives, but the question is asking what should happen before setting objectives. So choice A is not the first step. It is a step that comes after you already understand what the gaps are. Choice C says, develop learning and development materials. That is clearly later. You cannot develop materials before you know what goals and objectives you are targeting. So C is not the first step either. Choice D says, evaluate the implemented programs. Evaluation is the final step after training has been delivered. So D is definitely not the first step. Now look at choice B. Determine the needs or skill gaps that need to be improved. This matches the first box in our process flow, which is needs analysis. It happens before setting objectives because you need to know what problems exist before you define goals. So the correct answer is choice B. Think of this like solving a math problem. You do not pick a solution method before you read the problem. First, you analyze what is missing. In learning and development, that missing piece is the skill gap. Identify the gap first. Then set objectives to close it. That is why B is the best first step. Let's recap slowly. The question asks, before setting objectives, what should managers do? They should determine needs or skill gaps. That is the beginning of the learning and development process. Choice A is about setting goals, which is later. Choice C is about materials, which is even later. Choice D is about evaluation, which is last. Therefore, the correct answer is choice B. Thanks for watching. And remember, good objectives always begin with good diagnosis of the problem.